Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ritual League 3.13. In this episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how to craft this shield. It's a titanium spirit shield, item level 86 plus, double influence, so it's an awakener orb craft, shaper, redeemer, 30% quality, and then it has socketed gems, have reduced mana reservation 15%, increase energy shield 101, recover 5% of energy shield when you block, and 10% increased effect of non-curse auras from your skills with 69 maximum energy shield. So I'll show you guys how to craft this up from the base, and I will then show you how to adjust it after the awakener orb. So you have a bunch of options here. It all starts with an item level 86 titanium spirit shield. Without these influences, you just want maybe a redeemer, maybe shaper, and you notice that they're like 5C. This is useless though, unless you add influence to it. So you would have to add redeemer with a redeemer's exalted orb, or you have to add shaper influence with the add a random influence. And you add it to armor, and you could add this to Elder Bone Helmet's 86 instead, and it's slightly more money because this is only 2x for the Shaper Titanium Shield, and you could actually go even cheaper than this. So instead of making the main base a Shaper, maybe you should do a Redeemer because it's cheaper. So let's say you get the Redeemer for 10 or 12C, and this is your main base. You need to get 30 quality on this. You don't need to, but you should. You should get 30 quality on this for extra energy shield, and so you don't have to. You could go to 20 quality, but it's a pretty big item, so I think you should go for the 30 quality. So you would go by perfect fossils. You can roll a gilded fossil to get the item sells much more to vendors tag, and then I show here that technically you can also search for the mod we're looking for. We're looking for two mods. On the Redeemer, it's the increased effect of non-curse auras 8 to 10, and on the Shaper, it's socketed gems have reduced mana reservation of 15. And so I show here that you can buy the socketed gems have reduced mana reservation for as little as 5C. Just make sure that you don't get another Shaper mod. Make sure that it's only... If you're going to buy it, make sure it's only one Shaper mod. But it can be any base, it doesn't matter. And then let's say we go for the good titanium 86 shield, yep. So then you would have to alt spam this. I made a document here of all the crafting tips, which will be in the description below. You spam alterations 1 in 311 to get the 8 to 10% increased effective auras and no other influence modifier. So if you hit this on an alteration, you don't want a regal. It's actually worse. And yeah, you won't go really for the Shaper main base because it's expensive, and you could just buy the alternate one, and it's easier this way, I think, than spending the 2x. And then the Awakener Orb is like making another Shaper base almost. It's like bypassing that, right? So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so then we get to the the Awakener Orb. So this is right. Wait. So then, if we're going the Redeemer base, yeah, well, you go for this, and then you awaken orb. So this is based on you getting the 86 titanium, which this is that one, that's that one. Okay, here we go. So this, I have Awakener Orb. I messed myself up. So this is for if that the main base is Redeemer. You go for the item level 80 Shaper Shield with the socketed gems have reduced mana reservation already on it, and then we can just awaken orb, and boom, you got both of them together. You have to destroy the bad one, so destroy the Shaper one and add it to the good 86 30 quality Redeemer. Okay, then we got crafting. Finally, out of this fucking Awakener Orb, looking for fucking things and looking for bases to get them the cheapest and all the item levels you need to roll them and how to roll. Yep. Okay, now that we've done that, let's get into Let's say you awaken orb this, and these are two suffixes. You hit random prefixes. What I would recommend in this spot is to fill in the prefixes. So, for example, you can do a benchcraft of like increased, I don't know, mana. Let's craft some T3 mana. So we fill in the prefix with mana, and then what I want to do is go into harvest crafting. So we would go get a harvest craft for defense. You can also use the TFT Discord to buy the crafts off other people. I highly recommend it. So then we use augment defense, and it it's 800 weighting towards this recover percent of energy shield when you block, and like 250 towards another mod. It's a very high chance towards. Let me show you. There's this one, recovering energy shield, and then there's also chance to evade attacks 250. So if you did hit this, you'd have to use the replace defense, removing and adding it. And I can show you a few times. Like, see, we hit Aveda hits, but most of the time you're hitting the recover energy shield when you block. But it does happen, so be aware of that. And then in this spot, you now have triple suffix. This is why this shield is so cool. I like this shield a lot because, well, it seems really easy to craft a really good shield off of the Awaken Orb. Since that was like basically guaranteed, it's really easy, especially with harvest crafting. And then you can just do bench crafting stuff. So, for example, in the prefixes, I would remove this, and then I want like suffixes can't be changed, and then you can actually just scour this. Is that crafted? No, almost did it. And then you can scour away the prefixes. And then my idea in here is that you can then go for so you have the two influence modifiers, and I tell you about the recovering thing and 800 weighting and 250 for the other one, so it's an 80% success rate to get the recover block. You can remove all the prefixes. There's a lot of ways to do this. So there's the suffixes cannot be changed meta benchcraft that costs 2x. There is the harvest. You can find re-rolling, but it keeps prefix. It doesn't have it here. Yeah, you can keep all prefix or keep all suffix. So in this case, keep all suffix, reforging the prefixes, obviously. And that's really powerful. And then so you could keep re-rolling the prefixes over and over until you get something good, because you just have these good suffixes. And then I also thought, well, for this, the best suffixes are the best prefixes are probably energy shield. So I guess once you get rid of them, you could just add some energy shield and accept whatever you hit in the two rolls, and then you have an open energy shield craft, which actually I should have actually mentioned you should probably block a mod. You should probably block a mod so you can't roll it. I shouldn't craft it. It's a bench craft. Prefix. Maximum energy shield. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. We actually got what we have. And it's almost as good as what I have in game. Slightly worse. This is like flat and only 90, and I had like 111. So the energy shield on that was 319, and my one oh, it's more. That one is more. That one's 319 minus 307. So GG, I randomly crafted a better one. And then what if you failed? Well, you could just redo the whole suffixes cannot be changed thing to remove the prefixes to redo it. So you could just keep doing it, keep trying. The end result of like something like this is like 30x. So it's pretty good. It's pretty cheap. Like, it's pretty effective to craft this yourself. It's also pretty nice to just, if you want, you can just buy this yourself also, because you know what you're getting. I highly recommend the shield. Pretty cool craft, and overall doesn't seem too bad, because it's like foolproof. Again, there's just so much so many options, and it seems like you should be able to craft it for either just as much as the 30x or maybe cheaper if you get lucky, especially if you use all these alternate methods of buying the different bases and getting the cheaper things, than going for as cheap as possible, abusing trade for money, possibly good. So I hope this could help people craft the shield. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I hope this could help you. And that was one of my favorite crafts. I didn't actually craft mine. I bought it, and then I figured out, well, I pathed out how to craft it after the fact, and it looks like my method seems solid because of the pretty much guarantee for everything almost, except for obviously getting perfect T1s is rough, but you should be able to accept T3s and stuff. It should be good enough. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon, my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support. And thank you to anyone who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!